Hello and welcome back everybody, Blue Dwarf here. Welcome to another episode of TerraFirmaPunk. Now last episode we were making iron and I finished up processing the last little bits of that, and now we can make our iron anvil and see what we can do with it. Right, so we can take the 7 double ingots that we have now and we can get rid of this anvil and put down our raw iron anvil. We can reclaim the metal from these anvils. Just need to transfer this over here, and can we just place it like that? And we'll grab this black bronze one as well and place it down there. So yeah, we will be able to reclaim the metal from those, but we don't currently have the equipment to do so. Anyway, with this raw iron anvil, we've got 2 iron ingots that we can just grab one of those right now, and we can chuck it on here, and we can make some of our first tools. We can do all sorts of other things with it as well. We're just going to make an axe for the moment. So we're just going to line it up first with that, then we do medium hit, a light hit, punch it, double hit it, punch it, and that gives us our raw iron axe. This is what we're going to be using as our weapon for the moment, because it has a very good damage, 215, which is a lot better than the default one, because of our 16.5% smithing bonus, which is getting better and better. Just stick that one up there for the moment. But this one can also be used can be melted back down once it's run out of durability. Which the swords can be melted down. Like for instance, the mace and sword are the same. They can be melted down into a single ingot, but to make them it takes 2 ingots. So you'd end up using up metal, whereas with the axe, it only takes 1 ingot to make, and it melts down into another ingot, so it would not waste any resources. Also, of course, doubles as a very good tool. Has an absolute bunch of durability at 2,565. I think that's a lot of durability actually. Compare it with the black bronze, which has 1,700 approximately. It's got almost 900 more durability on it. The raw iron axe. We can also see that it's a good weapon. As it takes care of these guys quite easily. And of course, the better our smithing gets, the more damage this will deal. We can make another one that deals a lot more damage when we have a better smithing. And we're now going to go collect our trees for making more charcoal, so we can make even more iron and a full set of iron tools. Right, so we've been harvesting our trees for a while, a fair while. As you can see, we've got this huge mass of wood. This is 4 blocks wide, and always interrupted. No consideration for the neighbours. Oh, he did drop us a brass plate, so that's useful. Yeah, so that's 4 deep and 5 wide, and every single one of these is a full log pile. So we'll light that with a torch. Light. There we go. Is this too big? I think we've actually... Oh, no. I think it's just, for some reason, it's not showing the particle effects. I don't know what's going on there. I'll be back in a second. Right, so I just reloaded the game and the smoke particles are there now. So we're going to let this burn up and get an absolute bunch of charcoal from that. And then we're going to be making some more iron. Right, so we've just unearthed a massive charcoal pit, and we're going to mine all of this up and see how much we've actually got here, because there is a lot. There is a lot of charcoal, because that... Oh, well, we had some in our inventory already, actually. Oh, that's annoying. But we'll see how much we get, and then I'll be right back. Right, so I've dug all of that up now, and we got 4 4¼ stacks of charcoal, so that will hold us over for a decent amount of time. So we can now go and make more iron, and then we are going to look at making some of these iron tools. We can see that we've completed some of these rewards, some of these quests even. I just want to have a look at what borax is before we claim those, but we're going to make some more iron, and then we'll be making those tools. Right, so we've made up a bunch more iron, and we've turned it all into ingots, or pretty much all of it. We've got another bloom there. And what we need to do with these is, first of all, we can claim these quests. We're going to get 2 redstone torches, some whale bones, and 4 more charcoal, along with some other stuff as well. Greater reward bag, just see what we get in this. Nothing too special, but another full heart, which puts us up 12, which is great. But now we're going to make all of the iron tools, and possibly even have a look at making some iron armor. So we need to start off with making a pickaxe. So we can come over here, slap that on here, and select the pickaxe. Get that all the way over here. The way I like to do this is line up the arrows first, do the procedure, and then think about how much I need to have the arrow on the other side of where it is before to get the approximately right location. Oh, that one's too cold now. Some of them got quite cold whilst turning them into ingots. So the thing to do is, as I said, sort of get it into the right place as where you think it needs to be. See, that was just a little bit too far over. So we're going to line it up, then we're going to try upset, draw, bend, then notch it. So that's too far over. So we line it up again, and we go bend, draw, bend, punch. See, that was just an ever so slightly too much. So what we do is we have it on just the other side, and then we can do bend, draw. Oh, it's annoying when it gets just slightly too cold. But of course, we can always just heat these ingots back up on the forge. It's definitely not an easy thing to do, this sort of stuff. So we need to punch it and that, and then we can bend, draw, bend, punch, and we've got our raw iron pickaxe head. And now we've got a 27% smithing bonus. I've been doing a little bit of tool smithing between videoing, so we've got things a little bit more arranged. We've got our saws is all copper because they're just using crafting recipes, so we don't have to worry so much about the durability. Whereas the prospecting picks have a fairly low durability to start off with, so we are going to make all of those out of black bronze, and sort of following the same logic for the rest of these tools. But of course, now we have iron. Well, it just shows how much better the iron is when it has almost 1,000. Well, it has almost double the durability of our black bronze pick. Even you do have to consider though that these are two very well. There's a 20% smithing difference in them, so that makes a huge amount of difference. So we're going to get on and make the rest of these tools, and then I'll be back to show them off. So I've made all of the iron tools, and interestingly, because of our skills being, our toolsmithing being adept and fairly progressed at that, and our weaponsmithing being very inexperienced, we got a 12.9% bonus on our sword, but we've got a 30% bonus on our axe. Now you can actually see that the attack damage is actually quite similar, but of course the axe can be recycled completely, whereas the sword and mace cannot. So we'll probably use these weapons if we're doing anything like that we know will be very dangerous, like any sort of boss battles or anything. So that's when we'll be using those. We've completed a bunch of these quests, so we can get some coal, because coal actually burns at a higher temperature than charcoal does. We are going to grab I think we can just grab a life from that, and we are going to grab an olive tree from here. Now it wants us to kill trolls. I don't know, I think that's the big guys that you can find on more mountainous areas, and they're pretty tough to kill, so yeah, I can understand why this would be a difficult task needing of iron equipment. But now we're going to try and make some iron armor, because this is the first armor we will try and make. Even though up here it wanted us to make bronze armor, I'm just going to skip straight to making iron armor. As we have the metal, we might as well do it, and just claim piece of TNT. Yeah, I'm getting a weird thing where textures are flipping round, which is weird. We can claim this heart, which puts us up to 13. But yeah, we're going to have a try at this iron armor. So the first step of making iron armor is to get double ingots and turn them into sheets. Which we're going to do here. And then what we can do is we can make another sheet. Right, and then we can take these two sheets, put them in here, and we can create... Oh wait, no, we only need a single sheet to start off with for making the helmet. So I need to just chuck that on the ground a second. We can grab some more ingots and heat them up more. As they're not quite hot enough. So we take a single sheet and we go bend, hammer. Oh. Bend, hammer. And we've got a stage 1 unfinished helmet. We then chuck that in here with another sheet. Oh, no, then we... then we need to heat it up more. Oh, running out of fuel. Heat this up. Chuck that cast back in there. So what we need to do is we need to get this up to weldable temperatures, so that we can weld an iron sheet onto it, and then we can hammer it once again and it will be a finished helmet. Right, so we can take our unfinished helmet and our sheet, weld it together, then we hammer it into and we have our finished iron helmet with a 13.8% smithing bonus. So now what we can do is we can carry on and weld. Ooh, those aren't hot enough. Need to make this really hot. Ooh, keep that one out of there for a moment. So these two can be welded together, made into a sheet. Then we can work that into some boots. Draw, and got unfinished boots, and we can stick some more iron in there, and we can. Oh, we need to stick our boots back in there a second to heat them back up to welding temperature. And whilst that's doing, we'll weld some more ingots together. Right, so now we can weld our boots with another sheet. Chuck that one on the ground. There's nothing too much in there. Chuck some more iron ingots in there. Then we can work these into finished boots. So it was draw, shrink, bend. And now we have raw iron boots. So that's 2 pieces finished. Now for making chest piece and leggings, we need to have a iron double sheet. So take these 2 ingots, turn them into a sheet, and stick that in there. So that's still hot enough, it is. And then we can work this into a chest piece. So we need to upset it and then hammer it, and then we need to combine this with another double sheet, and we can weld these together now and combine that with our chest piece, which is not hot enough. And weld these 2 together whilst that's happening. And now we can weld these 2 pieces together and work it into a finished chest plate piece. That. Okay, almost. So set, double hit, quite upset, double hit. Oh yeah, so we need to go there, upset, double hit, set, double hit, yeah, there we go. And there's our wrought iron chest piece. Weld these two together and work that into some leggings. Double hammer, draw, and no, right. Oh, and I did it. Don't really know how I did it, but I did it. That needs to go back in there, and then we can refine this guy, split it even. And we can chuck all of these ones onto here. Right. Stick that all in there. Weld those together. Finish these off. And we have our wrought iron leggings, or greaves as it were, and we can cool those off. And now we have our full set of iron armor. So we can take off this stuff, and we are a full iron knight. We can even have our iron axe out. Anyway, I think that's all we've got time for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.